9 things to tell yourself every day. Ladies and gentlemen, every morning before the world wakes up, before the noise of life starts creeping in, there is a sacred moment. It's the moment where you can set the tone for the day ahead. And what you tell yourself in that moment will shape everything. It will shape your actions, your emotions, your responses, and ultimately your life. Now, imagine if instead of letting your mind run wild, you took control. Imagine if you filled that moment with purpose, intention, and truth. Today, I want to share with you 9 things to tell yourself every single day, words that will not only empower you, but set you on the path to living your fullest, most authentic life. I am worthy of love and success. As you wake up each morning and embrace the day ahead, let this affirmation resonate deeply within you. In a world that often tries to diminish our worth, we must remind ourselves that we are deserving of all the love and success that life has to offer. This truth is not just a passing notion, it is a fundamental aspect of our existence. From the moment you came into this world, you were a miracle, a unique combination of potential and promise. You may have faced challenges, heard criticisms, or been doubted, but none of that diminishes your inherent worth. The love and success you seek are not just for the chosen few, they are your birthright. Love is not just a fleeting emotion, it is a fundamental human need. We are wired for connection, for intimacy, for the joy that comes from being seen and valued by others. Yet too often we place conditions on our worthiness. We tell ourselves that we must achieve certain milestones, look a certain way, or be a specific type of person to earn love. But let me remind you, you do not need to prove anything to anyone. You are worthy simply because you exist. Success, too, is not reserved for the elite or the extraordinary. It is a personal journey defined by your own values, dreams, and aspirations. It is not about comparing yourself to others, nor is it about fitting into someone else's mold of what success should look like. Success is about pursuing your passions, setting goals that resonate with your heart, and honoring your unique path. Every step you take toward your dreams is a testament to your worthiness. Think about the moments in your life when you felt truly loved, when you were surrounded by people who uplifted you, believed in you, and cherished you for who you are. Those moments are a reflection of your worth. You are worthy of being surrounded by people who celebrate your light and encourage your growth. And remember, love is not just something we receive, it is something we give. When you acknowledge your own worthiness, you open your heart to love others more fully. You become a beacon of positivity, spreading joy and encouragement wherever you go. You inspire those around you to recognize their worth too, creating a ripple effect that uplifts entire communities. Success, on the other hand, often requires us to confront our fears and self-doubt. We may hesitate to pursue our dreams, thinking we are not good enough or that we don't have what it takes. But each time you challenge that inner critic and choose to believe in yourself, you are affirming your worthiness. You are saying, I am capable, I am deserving, I am enough. This journey of embracing your worth is not always easy. There will be days when you feel less than worthy, when you doubt your abilities, or when the world tries to convince you otherwise. But in those moments, pause and reflect on your journey. Recall the struggles you've overcome, the obstacles you've faced, and the growth you've achieved. Each challenge has shaped you, each lesson has fortified your spirit, and each step forward is a testament to your resilience. As you navigate this journey, surround yourself with affirmations that echo your worthiness. Write them down, say them aloud, and let them permeate your thoughts. Speak to yourself with kindness, just as you would to a beloved friend. You deserve that compassion, that grace, and that understanding. Remember, you are not alone in this. Each of us has our own battles, our own insecurities, and our own journeys toward recognizing our worth. Together, we can create a supportive community where we lift each other up, where we celebrate each other's successes, and where we stand together in our shared humanity. So embrace this truth: you are worthy of love and success. Let it resonate in your heart. Let it guide your actions, and let it be the foundation upon which you build your dreams. Your worth is not determined by what you achieve, but by the essence of who you are. As you step into the world each day, carry this affirmation with you. Let it empower you to pursue your dreams, to nurture your relationships, and to live a life that reflects your true worth. I control my thoughts and actions. This is a reminder of the incredible power we possess every single day. You see, life will throw curveballs, challenges, and situations that feel overwhelming. But no matter what comes your way, you have something truly extraordinary within you: the ability to control your response. The ability to choose your thoughts, to decide how you will act, and to determine how you will move forward, no matter the circumstances. We live in a world where so much seems outside of our control. We can't control what other people say, what they think, or how they behave. We can't control the unexpected events that disrupt our plans or the struggles that test our strength. But here's the secret: what we can control is how we respond to those moments. And that, my friends, is where true power lies. Your thoughts are where everything begins. They shape your perception of the world, of others, and of yourself. The thoughts you choose to focus on are the seeds you plant in the garden of your life. If you plant seeds of doubt, fear, and negativity, that's what will grow. But if you plant seeds of hope, gratitude, and self-belief, you will cultivate a life filled with abundance and joy. Think about this for a moment. How many times have you let a single negative thought spiral into a day of frustration or anxiety? It happens to all of us. We allow one small thing, a critical comment, a minor setback, or a disappointment to take over our minds. But in that moment, we have a choice. We can let that thought consume us, or we can take a deep breath, pause, and consciously choose a different thought. You are not at the mercy of your emotions or your circumstances. You have the power to shift your mindset, to decide which thoughts you will entertain and which ones you will release. And when you master this, you unlock the ability to direct the course of your life. It's not always easy, but it's always possible. Now, controlling your thoughts doesn't mean ignoring your emotions or pretending everything is fine when it's not. It means acknowledging how you feel, but not letting those feelings dictate your actions. It means recognizing that while you may not control what happens to you, you do control how you interpret those events and ultimately how you let them shape you. When you start your day with the mindset that you control your thoughts, you become intentional about how you move through the world. Instead of reacting to everything that happens, you become proactive. You decide the energy you want to bring into your interactions, the attitude you want to carry into your work, and the love and compassion you want to share with those around you. It all begins in your mind. And this control doesn't stop at thoughts. It extends to your actions. You have the power to choose how you act in every situation. Whether it's a conversation that takes a wrong turn, a conflict with a loved one, or a moment of temptation, your actions are a reflection of the decisions you make. You may not be able to control someone else's behavior, but you can always control your response. Every action you take, big or small, is a choice, and those choices compound over time. How you choose to act today will shape your tomorrow. If you choose to act with integrity, kindness, and purpose, you create a life that aligns with your highest values. If you choose to act out of fear or anger, those actions will ripple through your life and affect your relationships, your opportunities, and your peace of mind. This doesn't mean you have to be perfect. We all have moments when our emotions get the best of us, when we act in ways we're not proud of. But the beauty of it is that we can always come back to this truth: you are in control. You can reset, you can choose again. In every moment, with every breath, you have the power to steer your life in a new direction. When you remind yourself, I control my thoughts and actions, you take back the power from the external world. You stop being a passenger just going along with whatever happens, and instead you step into the driver's seat of your life. You decide where you're headed, how you're going to get there, and who you'll be along the way. So take a moment to reflect on the thoughts you've been holding on to. Are they lifting you up or are they holding you back? Are they empowering you to take action or are they keeping you stuck in a loop of doubt and fear? And when it comes to your actions, are you living in alignment with the person you want to be, or are you letting circumstances push you off course? The truth is, you already have everything you need to live a life filled with purpose, joy, and fulfillment. It's all within you. Your thoughts and your actions are your greatest tools. Use them wisely, and you'll find that no matter what challenges arise, you have the power to rise above them. Challenges are opportunities for growth. Now, I want you to pause for a moment and let that sink in. Every single challenge that comes into your life, every hardship, every setback, every moment of discomfort, it's not just there to test you or push you down. No, it's there to elevate you. It's there to make you stronger, to deepen your wisdom, to help you rise to levels you didn't even know were possible. Challenges are not walls meant to keep you out. They are doors that lead you to a new understanding of who you are and what you are capable of. We live in a world that often teaches us to avoid challenges, to seek the easiest path, to aim for comfort at all costs. But what if I told you that it's in the discomfort, in the struggle, in the times when you feel like you've been knocked down, that's where the magic happens. That's where real growth takes place. It's in those moments when you're stretched beyond your limits, when you're tested, when you're forced to dig deep and find strength you didn't even know you had. Think about it, the most remarkable people, the ones we admire for their courage, their resilience, their success, they didn't get there by avoiding challenges. They faced them head on. They embraced them. And in doing so, they grew into the extraordinary individuals they are today. Because every challenge brings with it a lesson, a new perspective, a tool you can use to build the life you want. When you face a challenge, it's easy to feel overwhelmed, to want to give up, to question why it's happening to you. But what if instead you shifted your perspective? What if you started to see challenges as gifts, as opportunities to evolve into the person you were meant to be? Life is constantly giving you chances to grow, and those chances often come wrapped in the form of difficulties. Every challenge is like a sculptor chipping away at a block of marble. With each hit, with each scrape, something more refined, more beautiful, more powerful is revealed. That block of marble may not look like much at first, but with every challenge it faces, it becomes a masterpiece. And that's what happens to us. Every time we face a challenge, we are being shaped, refined, and polished. So the next time you face a challenge, don't shrink back. Don't let fear dictate your actions. Stand tall, look that challenge in the eye, and say, I see you. I understand that you are here to help me grow. Embrace the discomfort, knowing that it's temporary. Embrace the struggle, knowing that on the other side of it is a stronger, wiser version of you waiting to emerge. I am in charge of my happiness. This simple yet powerful truth holds the key to transforming your life. You are the architect of your own joy, the guardian of your well-being, and the keeper of your peace. No one else holds the power to make you happy, only you do. When you embrace this, you free yourself from the chains of relying on external circumstances, other people, or material things to bring you joy. You realize that your happiness is an inside job. Too often we give away our power by believing that our happiness depends on what happens around us. We tell ourselves, I'll be happy when I get that promotion, or I'll be happy when I find the right relationship. But the truth is, Waiting for happiness to come from outside of you is like chasing a mirage. It's fleeting, it's unpredictable, and it's never fully within your control. You have to choose happiness every single day, regardless of what's happening in your life, because true happiness starts from within. Think about the moments when you felt the most at peace, the most fulfilled, the most joyful. Was it because of something external, or was it because you decided to focus on the good, to appreciate what you had, to allow yourself to experience joy even in the simplest of things? Happiness is not a destination you arrive at after achieving a goal or reaching a milestone. It's a state of being that you cultivate right here, right now, in the present moment. Now, this doesn't mean that life is always going to be easy or that you won't face challenges. We all go through tough times, moments of pain, loss, and disappointment. But even in those moments, you have the power to choose how you respond. You can choose to focus on what's missing, on what's gone wrong, or you can choose to look for the lesson, the opportunity, the spark of hope. You can choose to find gratitude in the midst of difficulty, and in doing so, you reclaim your happiness. Being in charge of your happiness means that you don't wait for life to be perfect to feel joy. You don't wait for others to validate you or for circumstances to align in just the right way. You wake up each day and decide, today, I choose to be happy. It's a mindset, an attitude, a way of approaching life that says, no matter what comes my way, I will find a reason to smile. I will find a reason to celebrate. I will find the beauty in this moment. Happiness doesn't mean that everything is always going well. It means that even when things aren't going well, you can still find peace. It means that you can find joy in the journey, even when the destination isn't clear. It means that you have the power to shift your perspective, to see the good, and to focus on what truly matters. And let me tell you, happiness is contagious. When you take charge of your own joy, when you radiate positivity, it affects everyone around you. You become a source of light, a beacon of hope for others. People are drawn to you because you exude a sense of peace, a sense of contentment that comes from knowing your happiness isn't tied to anything external. It's rooted deep within you, and no one can take that away. This is not about ignoring the hardships of life. It's about acknowledging them, but not allowing them to define you. It's about recognizing that you are bigger than your circumstances. Your happiness is not at the mercy of what happens to you. It is a choice you make every single day in every situation. When you realize that you are in charge of your happiness, you stop blaming others for how you feel. You stop expecting other people to fulfill you, to make you feel complete. You stop looking to the outside world to fill the gaps in your heart, because you understand that everything you need to be happy is already within you. You don't need permission to be happy. You don't need to wait for the right moment. You have the power to create that happiness right now, exactly as you are. And here's the thing, when you take responsibility for your happiness, you also take responsibility for your life. You stop playing the victim. You stop waiting for things to change, and you start making those changes yourself. You become proactive, intentional, and empowered. You take the reins of your life and steer it in the direction of joy, peace, and fulfillment. So what does it mean to be in charge of your happiness? It means cultivating habits that bring you joy. It means surrounding yourself with people who uplift you, who inspire you, who support your growth. It means prioritizing self-care, taking time to nurture your body, your mind, and your spirit. It means saying no to things that drain you and yes to the things that light you up. It means living in alignment with your values, honoring your truth, and choosing love over fear. Being in charge of your happiness means you don't let the world dictate how you feel. You don't allow negativity to infiltrate your spirit. You guard your peace like a precious treasure because you know that your happiness is your responsibility. and no one else's. You understand that life is too short to wait for happiness to find you. You have to go out and create it for yourself. You are the author of your own story, and how that story unfolds is up to you. Will you write a story filled with joy, gratitude, and fulfillment, or will you let life's challenges and setbacks steal your happiness? The choice is yours. When you embrace this truth, when you take ownership of your happiness, you open the door to a life filled with abundance. Not because everything around you is perfect, but because your heart is aligned with joy. And when your heart is filled with joy, everything else falls into place. I have the power to make a difference. There is a force within each and every one of us that is capable of moving mountains, of transforming lives, of changing the world. And it doesn't matter where you come from, what you've been through, or how big or small you think you are. That power exists in you right here, right now. It's the power to make a difference, not just in your life, but in the lives of others, in your community, and in the world. We often underestimate the impact we can have. We think that making a difference is something reserved for the famous, for the wealthy, for the people with platforms and titles. But let me tell you, real change, real impact begins with ordinary people who make extraordinary choices. You don't have to be a celebrity. You don't have to have millions of followers, and you don't need a grand stage to make a difference. You just need to be willing to take action, to care, and to believe that your voice, your presence, your actions matter. The power to make a difference isn't some distant dream. It's a decision you make every day. It's in the small, seemingly insignificant choices you make, the way you show kindness to a stranger, the way you lend a hand to someone in need, the way you use your words to uplift and inspire rather than tear down. These moments may seem small in the grand scheme of things, but they have the power to ripple out into the world in ways you can't even begin to imagine. Think about this. Every movement that has ever changed the course of history began with one person who believed that their voice mattered, one person who decided they couldn't sit on the sidelines any longer, one person who understood that they had the power to make a difference. It starts with one. And you can be that one. But here's the key: making a difference doesn't always have to mean something massive or public. It doesn't always have to be about leading a march or starting a revolution, though those things are important too. Sometimes making a difference is about the quiet ways you choose to show up for the people in your life. It's about being present for someone who's struggling. It's about using your talents, your gifts, your unique perspective to contribute to something greater than yourself. It's about choosing to be a light in a world that sometimes feels so heavy with darkness. You have a gift. Yes, you were put on this earth for a reason, with talents and a purpose that are uniquely yours. And that purpose isn't just for you. It's meant to be shared, to be used, to uplift and empower others. When you realize that, when you step into the truth of who you are, you become unstoppable. You become a force for good in a world that so desperately needs it. Now, I know it can be easy to feel small sometimes, to look at the problems of the world and think, what can I possibly do? How can I make a difference? But here's the thing: you don't have to solve every problem. You don't have to carry the weight of the world on your shoulders. What you do need to do is look at the space you occupy, the people around you, the opportunities in your life, and ask yourself, what can I do here? How can I show up in a way that matters? It's about being intentional. It's about recognizing that every interaction you have, every choice you make, has the potential to be a moment of impact. And when you string enough of those moments together, when you make the decision day after day to show up in a way that matters, you begin to create real, lasting change. You begin to leave a legacy. Making a difference isn't about waiting for the perfect moment or the perfect opportunity. It's about doing what you can with what you have right where you are. It's about trusting that every act of kindness, every bit of love you put into the world is making an impact. You may not always see the results right away, but I promise you it matters. It all adds up. The power to make a difference also means understanding that your life is interconnected with the lives of others. We are all part of a larger story, and what we do affects not just ourselves, but those around us. When you lift someone else up, you lift yourself up too. When you pour into the life of another, your own life is enriched. There is a beautiful reciprocity in making a difference. What you give comes back to you in ways you never expected. And let me tell you something, the world needs you. Yes, you. It needs your voice, your perspective, your unique contribution. There is a space in this world that only you can fill. There are lives that only you can touch. There are differences that only you can make. You were not put on this earth by accident. You are here for a reason. And the power to make a difference is woven into the very fabric of who you are. You are more powerful than you know. Your words have the power to heal, to inspire, to ignite change. Your actions have the power to create ripples that spread far beyond what you can see. You may think that your contribution is small, but let me tell you, every act of love, every moment of courage, every time you choose to step outside of yourself and serve someone else, you are making a difference. And when you make the choice to use your power for good, to make a positive impact, you become a beacon of light for others. You inspire them to step into their own power, to believe that they too can make a difference. This is how movements are born. This is how change happens, one person at a time, one action at a time, one heart at a time. So don't wait for permission. Don't wait for the world to tell you it's your time. It's your time now. You have the power to make a difference right here, right now, in this very moment. And when you fully embrace that, when you start living from that place of purpose and passion, there is no limit to what you can achieve. My past does not define me. Let that sink in for a moment. The weight of yesterday, the mistakes, the failures, the pain, none of it has the power to define who you are today, unless you let it. Too often, we carry the burden of our past like a heavy cloak, believing that we are bound by the choices we once made or the things that were done to us. But the truth is, you are not the sum of your past. You are so much more. You see, every one of us has a story filled with highs and lows, victories and losses, joys and sorrows. But no chapter of that story is meant to hold you hostage. No moment from yesterday has the authority to dictate who you are capable of becoming. The past is a teacher, yes, but it is not a prison. It's a place to learn from, not a place to live in. What defines you is not where you've been, but where you are going. The choices you make today, the decisions you embrace moving forward, that is where your power lies. Every single day is a new opportunity to write a different story, to step into a future that reflects the truth of who you are becoming, not the mistakes or hardships of who you used to be. We all have moments in life we wish we could erase, times when we weren't our best selves, when we made decisions out of fear or hurt, or when we simply fell short. But here's the beautiful thing, your past does not limit your future. It doesn't matter how many times you've stumbled. What matters is how you rise, how you choose to move forward. Forgiving yourself is the key. It's not easy, I know. We can be our own harshest critics, holding on to guilt and shame long after the world has moved on. But forgiveness is freedom. It's the release that allows you to let go of the chains of yesterday and embrace the promise of tomorrow. When you forgive yourself, you reclaim your power. You declare that you are no longer bound by the limitations of your past. So what if you made mistakes? Who hasn't? What if you failed? Failure is not the end. In fact, it's often the beginning of something greater. Every time you fall, you learn. Every misstep brings you closer to wisdom, to strength, to clarity about who you truly are. Those experiences shape you, but they do not define you. What defines you is how you rise, how you persevere, how you transform. And let's talk about labels. How many of us have been labeled by our past? Maybe someone told you that you weren't good enough, that you would never amount to anything, that your past failures would haunt you forever. Maybe you've even labeled yourself. But let me tell you something, those labels are lies. You are not confined to the judgments of others, and you are certainly not limited by the mistakes you've made. You are a dynamic, evolving being with the power to rewrite your story at any moment. The greatest thing about life is that it is constantly offering you a fresh start. Every sunrise is a new chapter, a new chance to redefine yourself, to break free from the old narratives that no longer serve you. You don't have to be who you were yesterday. You don't have to carry the weight of your past decisions into your future. The pen is in your hand, and you can write a new ending to your story anytime you choose. Your past may have shaped you, but it does not own you. You get to decide what you take from those experiences and what you leave behind. You get to decide how much space the past occupies in your present. Will you let it dictate your life, or will you use it as a stepping stone to rise higher? You are not a prisoner of your past. You are the creator of your future. And let me remind you, your worth is not determined by your history. You are worthy simply because you exist. Nothing you have done or haven't done changes the fact that you are deserving of love, joy, success, and peace. Your past may have brought you challenges, but it also brought you resilience. It may have brought you pain, but it also brought you wisdom. Every experience, no matter how difficult, has added to the depth and strength of who you are today. The beauty of life is that it's always changing, always evolving. And so are you. Don't let yesterday's version of you define today's potential. Don't let the mistakes of the past rob you of the possibilities of the future. You have the power right here and now to break free, to rise above, to redefine who you are and what your life is going to be. When you choose to embrace the truth that your past does not define you, you step into a space of limitless potential. You free yourself from the chains of regret, of shame, of doubt. You become the architect of your future, not the victim of your past. And that, my friend, is the most powerful choice you can make. Every day you wake up is a new opportunity to step into the fullness of who you were always meant to be. You are not your past, you are possibility. You are not your mistakes, you are growth. You are not the pain you endured, you are the strength that emerged from it. So claim it, walk in it, let go of the past and step boldly into the future that is waiting for you. Your past may have shaped you, but it does not define you. Only you can do that. I will take action on my dreams. You see, dreams are the seeds of possibility. They are the visions that keep us going, the whispers from our soul that tell us there is something more, something greater waiting for us. But here's the truth, dreams without action are just fantasies. They are beautiful ideas that never leave the ground. If you want to see your dreams come to life, if you want to step into the fullness of what you are meant to be, you have to take action. Dreaming is easy, but the real work, the real growth happens when you decide to act. Because action is what bridges the gap between where you are and where you want to be. It's what transforms hope into reality, desire into achievement. And let me tell you, you were not put on this earth just to dream. You were put here to do. You were put here to create, to build, to manifest the greatness that's already inside you. Now, I know that taking action on your dreams can be scary. It can feel overwhelming. You might not have all the answers and you might not know every step along the way. But waiting for the perfect moment, waiting until you have it all figured out, that's how dreams die. The time to act is now, in the middle of the uncertainty, in the middle of the fear, in the middle of the fear, in the middle of not knowing if it's all going to work out. Action requires courage, it requires faith, but most importantly, it requires you to believe in yourself. You have to believe in yourself. You have to believe that what you're working toward is possible, even when no one else sees it, even when the world tells you it's too big or too far away. You have to have the courage to move forward, even when the path isn't clear. Because the truth is, clarity comes through action. It comes when you take that first step, when you take that first step, when you move, when you trust that the ground will rise to meet you. And let's be real, taking action on your dreams is not always glamorous. It's not always exciting. Sometimes it looks like late nights and early mornings. Sometimes it looks like working in silence, without recognition, without applause. But every small step you take, every action, no matter how insignificant it seems, is building something. It's laying the foundation for the life you are creating. You have to be willing to put in the work, even when it's hard, even when it's lonely, even when it feels like nothing is happening. Because action is like planting seeds. You may not see the fruit right away, but that doesn't mean growth isn't happening. It takes time, it takes patience, and it takes consistency. But if you keep showing up, if you keep moving forward, you will see the results. Now, I want you to think about the dream that's been living inside you, the one that keeps tugging at your heart, the one that won't let go. Maybe it's a dream you've been holding on to for years. Maybe it's something you've been too afraid to pursue. Whatever it is, it's there for a reason. It's not random. That dream was planted in you because it's part of your purpose, part of the reason you're here. But that dream is not going to manifest itself. It's waiting for you to take action. And I don't mean just thinking about it. I don't mean just talking about it. I mean doing something, taking one small step in the direction of that dream. Maybe it's making a phone call, maybe it's sending an email, maybe it's writing down a plan, or maybe it's simply believing that you deserve to see that dream come true. But whatever it is, take the step. Because when you take action, you send a message to the universe, to the world, to yourself, that you are serious. You are saying, I'm ready, I'm committed, I'm here for this. And let me tell you something, the world responds to action. Doors start to open when you move. People show up when you step out in faith. Opportunities present themselves when you decide to stop dreaming and start doing. But you have to take that first step. You have to be willing to step into the unknown, to risk failure, to risk being uncomfortable. Because that's where growth happens. That's where transformation happens. It's easy to get stuck in the waiting game. Waiting for the right time, waiting for the right resources, waiting until you feel ready. But let me tell you, the perfect moment doesn't exist. If you're waiting for everything to be just right before you take action, you'll be waiting forever. The right time is now. The time to take action on your dreams is now, not tomorrow, not next week, not when you feel more confident now. And don't let the fear of failure stop you. Failure is not the end, it's a part of the journey. Every successful person, every dreamer who has ever achieved anything great has faced failure, but they didn't let it stop them. They learned from it, they grew from it, and they kept moving forward. Failure is feedback, it's a teacher, and it's often the thing that pushes you closer to your dreams than success ever could. So don't wait. Don't hold back. Don't let fear or doubt or uncertainty keep you from taking the action you know you need to take. Your dreams are waiting for you. The life you've imagined, the person you want to become, it's all on the other side of action. It's all within your reach, but you have to be willing to go for it. You have to decide today that you're not going to let another day go by without moving closer to your dreams. You have to commit to yourself, to your vision, to the life you know is possible for you. And that commitment is shown through action, consistent, intentional, courageous action. This is your time. This is your moment. The world is waiting for what only you can bring. But it's not enough to dream. You have to act. You have to act. You have to move. You have to believe that the dream inside you is worth pursuing and that you are worth the effort. Because you are. You are capable, you are worthy, and you have everything it takes to make that dream a reality. So take the leap. Take the step. Take action on your dreams, because they are not just for imagining, they are for living. I forgive myself and others. Forgiveness is one of the most powerful, transformative acts you can embrace in your life. And yet, it's often one of the hardest things to do, because when we hold on to hurt, when we cling to the pain, the disappointment, the wrongs that have been done to us, it feels like we're protecting ourselves. But in reality, we're building walls around our hearts, walls that keep out not only the pain, but the love, the joy, and the peace that are meant for us. You see, forgiveness is not about excusing someone else's behavior. It's not about saying what happened didn't matter or that the pain wasn't real. It's about freeing yourself from the chains of resentment. It's about deciding that the hurt of the past will not control your present or your future. When you forgive others, you are not doing it for them, you are doing it for yourself. You are releasing the power that their actions or words have over your life. You are choosing peace over pain, freedom over bitterness. And let me tell you something, self-forgiveness is just as important, if not more so. Because how many of us are walking around with the weight of guilt and regret? How many of us are carrying the shame of things we've done or haven't done, reliving moments we wish we could change? We punish ourselves over and over again for mistakes that we cannot undo. But the truth is, you cannot move forward into the life you deserve if you are constantly beating yourself up for the life you've lived. Forgiveness of yourself is an act of grace. It is acknowledging that you are human, that you are imperfect, and that you are allowed to make mistakes. It is giving yourself permission to let go of the judgment, the harsh criticism, the inner dialogue that tells you you're not enough because of something that happened in the past. It's choosing to believe that you are worthy of love, compassion, and understanding, starting with how you treat yourself. When you forgive yourself, you are giving yourself the gift of freedom. Freedom from the stories that no longer serve you, from the inner critic that tells you you're not deserving of happiness because of what you've done. You are releasing yourself from the prison of your own making and stepping into a space where you can truly grow, evolve, and embrace the fullness of who you are. And understand this forgiveness is not a one-time event. It's a process. There will be days when the hurt resurfaces, when the anger flares up again, when the guilt tries to creep back into your heart. But that's when you have to remind yourself that forgiveness is a choice you make again and again. It's a commitment to healing, to rising above, to not letting the past dictate your future. Now, I'm not saying forgiveness is easy. It's not. It requires strength. It requires vulnerability. It requires you to confront the pain head on and decide that you will no longer allow it to control you. But here's the thing, holding on to anger, holding on to resentment is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to suffer. The only person who suffers when you refuse to forgive is you. The only life being diminished is your own. When you forgive, you are releasing a heavy burden from your soul. You are making space for peace to enter, for love to flourish, for joy to take root. Forgiveness doesn't mean you forget what happened, it means you choose not to let it define you. It means you refuse to carry the weight of someone else's actions on your back for one more day. You deserve better than that. And for those of us who find it hard to forgive ourselves, let me remind you, you are not your mistakes. You are not your past. You are allowed to grow, to learn, to change. You are allowed to make amends, to do better, to be better, to be better. But none of that can happen until you release yourself from the guilt and shame that have been weighing you down. None of that can happen until you extend the same compassion and grace to yourself that you would to someone else. Forgiveness is the doorway to freedom. It's the key that unlocks the chains of resentment, of guilt, of shame, and allows you to step fully into the present moment. When you forgive, you are not condoning what happened. You are choosing not to let it hold you back any longer. You are taking your power back. You are saying, I will not let this define me, control me, or keep me from living my best life. And let me tell you, there is nothing more empowering than that. There is nothing more freeing than choosing to let go of the hurt, the pain, the anger, and deciding that your peace is more important than holding on to grudges. That your happiness is worth more than the need to be right. That your future is brighter than the shadows of your past. So choose forgiveness for yourself or others, not because they deserve it, but because you deserve it. Because you deserve to be free, to be happy, to be at peace. You deserve to walk through life unburdened by the weight of resentment and guilt. And when you forgive, truly forgive, you open yourself up to a life of possibility, a life where love and joy and abundance flow freely. Forgiveness is not weakness, it's strength. It's not about giving up, it's about rising up. Rising above the pain, the hurt, the disappointment, and choosing to live in a way that honors who you are and the life you are creating. So forgive yourself, forgive others. And watch as your life transforms in ways you never thought possible. Every day is a new beginning. Every morning you wake up, you are greeted by a gift of a new day, a new chance, a new opportunity. And let me tell you, that is a beautiful thing. Life is not a straight line. It is a series of twists and turns, peaks and valleys. Some days we find ourselves soaring high, while on others we might stumble and fall. But the beauty of it all is that no matter what happened yesterday, today is a fresh start. It's a blank page in the story of your life, waiting for you to write your next chapter. Each day comes with its own potential, its own possibilities. It's like standing at the edge of a vast, beautiful landscape, ready to explore. And the incredible part is you get to decide how you will explore it. You get to decide what you want to accomplish, who you want to be, and what you want to focus on. The past does not dictate your future. It does not have to weigh you down or hold you back. Every day is an opportunity to shed the burdens of yesterday and step into the promise of today. Now, I know that some days can feel heavy. Some mornings you might wake up feeling defeated, carrying the weight of yesterday's worries, failures, or regrets. But I want you to remember those feelings are just that, feelings. They are not facts. They do not define you. You have the power to transform those feelings into fuel for growth. You have the power to take the lessons learned from yesterday and use them to ignite your passion for today. When you embrace the idea that every day is a new beginning, you open yourself up to a world of possibilities. You give yourself permission to dream again, to set new goals, to take risks, and to step outside of your comfort zone. You allow yourself to be a work in progress, to evolve, to grow. You understand that it's okay to stumble along the way, as long as you keep moving forward. Because the truth is, success isn't about never failing, it's about rising every time you fall. Imagine waking up each day with the mindset that today is a new chance to create something beautiful. You have the ability to reinvent yourself, to write a new story, to break old patterns and habits that no longer serve you. You can decide to let go of the things that weigh you down, negative thoughts, toxic relationships, limiting beliefs, and embrace the new. You can fill your day with positivity, with intention, with purpose. You can surround yourself with people who uplift and inspire you, who encourage you to be your best self. Every day gives you the opportunity to start over, to reset, to recommit to your dreams and aspirations. It's a chance to take action, to push through the challenges, to learn from the struggles, and to celebrate the victories big and small. It's an invitation to embrace gratitude, to focus on what you have instead of what you lack. When you wake up in the morning, take a moment to breathe deeply and remind yourself of the possibilities that await you. Now, it's important to understand that a new beginning doesn't mean that everything will magically fall into place. It doesn't mean that the road ahead will be easy. There will still be obstacles to overcome, challenges to face, and moments of doubt to navigate. But here's the key: when you approach each day as a new beginning, you equip yourself with the resilience to face whatever comes your way. You build a foundation of hope that allows you to stand strong even when the storms of life rage around you. Think about it. What would your life look like if you woke up each day believing that you have the power to create the life you desire? What if you let go of the past, the what ifs, and the should haves, and embraced each moment as it comes? You would be living in the present, savoring every experience, every lesson, every joy. You would be a creator of your own life, an architect of your own dreams, actively shaping your future instead of passively accepting your circumstances. And when you embrace each day as a new beginning, you also create space for self-compassion. You learn to forgive yourself for yesterday's mistakes, to be gentle with yourself in times of struggle. You realize that growth takes time and that every small step forward counts. You celebrate progress no matter how insignificant it may seem. Each day is an opportunity to honor your journey, to acknowledge your courage, and to appreciate how far you've come. So I encourage you to wake up every day with intention. As you open your eyes, set an affirmation in your heart: today is a new beginning, and I am ready to embrace it. Allow yourself to envision what you want to achieve, who you want to be, and the impact you want to make. And then take action, no matter how small, toward those dreams. Remember, every day is a precious gift. Don't let it slip away. Don't let fear or doubt hold you back from stepping into the fullness of your potential. Every moment is a chance to make a different choice, to shift your perspective, and to create a life that reflects your true desires. You are worthy of the life you dream of. You are capable of greatness. And every day is an invitation to rise, to grow, and to shine. Embrace the new beginnings. Embrace the possibilities. Embrace the journey. Because life is not just about the destination, it's about how you choose to travel the road ahead. So take a deep breath, step boldly into this new day, and know that you have the power to create something beautiful today and every day. As we come to the close of our time together, I want you to carry these affirmations in your heart. Remember that you are worthy of love and success, and that belief is your foundation for a fulfilling life. You control your thoughts and actions. You have the power to shape your reality. When challenges arise, view them as opportunities for growth, for it is through adversity that we find our strength and resilience. Always remind yourself that you are in charge of your happiness. No one else holds that key. It is yours to unlock. Embrace the fact that you have the power to make a difference in your own life and the lives of others. Your actions, your voice, your love, these are the forces that can create positive change. And never forget that your past does not define you. It is simply a chapter in your story, not the entire narrative. decide that you will take action on your dreams. Your dreams are worthy of pursuit. They are the whispers of your soul, calling you to step into your greatness. Every day, remind yourself of these truths. Every day is a new beginning, a chance to start fresh, to rewrite your story, and to embrace the beauty of the journey ahead. So go forth with courage and conviction. You are more powerful than you know, more resilient than you think, and more deserving of all the love and success life has to offer. Thank you for being here today. Now let's take these affirmations into the world and live them out one beautiful day at a time.